Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. I know I've not been on for a while and my hair is all over the place today. Sorry about that. I guess you get to see me in my real life. Anyway, I just thought I'd pop on. The house is empty, there's nobody here. And I've got a nice wee setup now. I've got a new table. Oh, and today I have my red mug with me and drinking some pucker nighttime tea, which is helps me sleep hopefully. Oh, it tastes lovely. And yeah, so I thought I'd pop on it's not a big event news. I mean, I'm still off work, still waiting for sorry, that seems to be shining. Let's just take it down a little bit. I've got this new light set up which is right in my eyes. I don't know. Anyway, tell me what you think of the lighting. So yeah, I thought I'd just pop on, still off work, still yeah, my chronic fatigue's still acting up, but yeah, I've got an appointment for, which is good. I've got an appointment for physio to deal with my pain, and unfortunately, my work is now wanting me to go to OK Health, which I knew would happen eventually. Anyway, on the bright side, I wanted to pop on. I've started doing Lord, there's really this time when I can't do much. Because I've only got a manual wheelchair now and I have to wait on somebody to take me out. So I'm not getting out much. That is going to change soon because I'm actually getting an electric wheelchair, power chair from Motability. So that's coming soon. Anyway, well, I'm not doing the Lord. The God has really been opening up the Bible to me. So this basically this video is about what he's been speaking to me about. So this is my Bible. I do use lots of washi tape. I use washi tape for marking it off. And I have lots of highlighter pens and different things, you know. But today I was reading in, I don't know if you can see or no, but yeah, I was reading in Joshua. And I've read this story 1,000 times. This is what I mean about the Lord really revealing things to me recently in the Bible. So I've read this, I've read this story 1,000 times about the Battle of Jericho and how everybody went round the walls and they marched round the walls and then the walls fell down with a big shout. But as I was reading this particular bit about the battle in Jericho, the bit that really spoke out to me was from verse 6 to verse 10. So it says, So Joshua, son of Nun, called the priests and said to them, Take up the ark of the covenant of the Lord, and make 7 priests carry trumpets in front of it. And he ordered the army, Advance, march round the city, with an armed guard going ahead of the ark of the Lord. And when Joshua had spoken to the people, the 7 priests carrying the 7 trumpets before the Lord went forwards, blowing their trumpets. And the ark of the Lord's covenant followed them. The armed guard marched ahead of the priests who blew the trumpet, and the rear guard followed the ark. All this time the trumpets were sounding. But Joshua had commanded the army, Do not give a war cry, do not raise your voices, do not say a word, until the day I tell you to shout, then shout. And it was kind of that, that stopped me in my tracks this morning. The words, do not say a word, do not cry, do not raise your voices until I tell you to. And then I was thinking about it and I was like, how much a contrast from shouting to being quiet. How much a contrast when in the same story we hear of shouting so loud that the walls fell down and being so silent and that nothing happened. The Bible says there's a time for everything. In Ecclesiastes chapter 3, it tells us there's different times and seasons for things. And here, in the same retelling of the story, there's two seasons happening. One is to be silent, and the other one is to shout. So I was just thinking about that and thinking, to ask the question, what season are you in? Are you in a season of silence, or are you in a season of shout? So for me, that's what I'm praying, Lord, show me what season I'm in. The silence was right at the start. Before the victory, before anything, there was silence. Joshua was listening to the Lord, and the people were listening to Joshua. But while the people were being silent, they were still marching. So they weren't inactive silent, they were actively silent. And I think there's a lesson for us all in this. I was listening, we can be actively silent, we can be listening with our spiritual ear to what God's saying, but still be carrying out his work while we're listening. We can be just sitting still, completely silent, listening to him. I once heard somebody saying that God gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth, 2 ears to listen and 1 mouth to speak, so we should be, the Bible also says, quick to listen, slow to speak. And, if Joshua hadn't been listening to what God was saying, the whole thing could have went belly up. So the Lord really spoke to me this morning about 2 things. One was, what season am I in? Different seasons. And I've personally, for me, I'm in a season of silence. Where nothing's happening, I'm just stuck in the house. I'm praying, Lord, what direction, where do you want me to go? Who do you want me to speak to? But you know what is happening is I'm really digging into this word. Really digging into it. It's becoming even more alive than I've known it. I mean, I'll sit down to watch the telly. I'll turn the telly off, pick up the word, because it's just, I don't know, that's not me, that's God that's doing that. And there must be a reason for it, I don't know why. But, yeah. And the other day, I was reading in the story of Noah and the Ark, and again, we've read that since we were babies, lots of us, and, well, no babies, but children. And this vision of the animals going in nice and neatly and 2 by 2, and God shutting in the Ark. It wasn't, I don't think that it was like that. I mean, we're not told if God brought the animals, we're not told if Noah had to go out and get the animals. I just have this vision of Noah trying to get all these animals, on everywhere, where you go, and then running away and coming back again. And then to build the ark, I mean, that must have taken ages, because he never had a big workforce. I imagine that there wouldn't have been very many people building with him, because they all thought he was nuts. And then, yeah, just everything about that. And then Noah on the water, for so many days, not knowing when the water was going to go down. What was he like in the ark? He was cleaning up animal poo. He was it would have been a constant job. And yet, and it also says, and Noah believed God. Did he just say, yeah, okay, Lord? Or did he say, what's going on? Am I hearing the right voice? Am I going crazy? Was he so close to God that he just knew it was God's voice? All these questions are coming into my head just now, and it's not questions to question my faith. It's not questions to say, oh, I don't believe it. It's to actually to solidify it, to dig into it, to really get to the nitty gritty. And I think there's a reason for that, and I'm not sure why that is. So yeah, it was just a wee thing really that I wanted to bring on, just what my musings almost, what's been happening. Health wise, same really. Yeah, I'm still tired, still get muscle, and this is my wee setup of I'll do my painting. Well, I've not done that for a few days, so I'm gonna get back into that. I do my painting. I do I do my Bible study. I can do wee bits about the house. I just made lots of soup, so that when I'm not feeling like eating, you can just go in the freezer and take some soup and just have some soup. Yeah, anyway, thanks for listening. I know I think this one will be called, I'm not sure what it'll be called. Something to do with Joshua or something to do with Noah, I'm not sure. But hopefully there is people out there listening to these videos. And if you do, please like and subscribe so people get to know them, get to see them. Yeah. And hopefully I'll speak to you soon. Bye.